Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be. Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be. Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be. Come now, child, lay it down. Just breathe, just be. Come be cradled in the arms of love. Just breathe, just be.
Good morning, friends. We are a small group today, but I'm reminded of the poem by Walt Whitman from his Leaves of Grass, and there are lines in there that say, "Do I contradict myself? Very well. I contradict myself. I am large. I contain multitudes." So here we are, the multitudes of us, back in the garden. And I'm, with all this crazy Sagittarian, Gemini energy, Saturnian energy, fourth ray energy, reminded daily of the importance of rest and of quiet and of the garden as sanctuary. And so this is where we are together today, and just invite us to still down. Imagine that we are seated together around a wide-armed tree, bare feet, in direct contact with the soil, a living organism. Connecting with our various parts. And the parts of the group heart. Bringing them together in an integrated and receptive way. And knowing that we can rest in the presence of each other as we draw on the energies of the full moon. Alexander.
Greetings, friends. Thank you, Claire, for inviting us to gather around the tree. I immediately thought about most special trees that I had a privilege to recognize and be in proximity. And so I think it doesn't matter what tree we imagine. We know that all the trees, they're connected. And we gather around this one big archetypical tree geometry of life, which in a way Gemini and Sagittarius line symbolizes, with the earth ruling both signs. The roots go deep in Gemini, and the branches go far, far into the center of the galaxy that Sagittarius pointing us towards. Today we have a very special opportunity, because we are only a few hours away from the exact time of the full moon. And as always, we will seek to align with the presence, with the universal presence, and to activate our intuition, to recognize what is coming now as parts of the unfolding plan, and to sense what is our part in this plan. And today we want to use this opportunity of this time together in the garden and meditation on the presence to meditate together, to recognize what is our next goal. Us as a group that meets regularly on different online platforms, and us as a wider community of esoteric students that work in different groups, different traditions, and together to sense what is our next step. And this is our invitation for us all to look forward together and recognize the next step together. And as always, we will start with the astrology to help us to align with the qualities of this time, of this moment. And Katya will share with us a few thoughts and recognitions of this time. So over to you, Katya.
Yes. Well, thank you, friends. It is I feel like almost every full moon we go through this year, it's a unique time. Astrologically, very potent, unusual, out of the ordinary. So this full moon is Sagittarius. We are having this amazing square. The exact square between Sun and a moon, and between the nodes, and they all stand in mutable cross. If you don't mind, I will switch off my camera because it's harder for me to actually to download if my eyes get distracted. So I would appreciate them, guys. So this square in the mutable cross, it creates this opportunity to deal with the matter, even on the level of the karmic matter, to look what is ready to endure the next cycle, and what needs to be let go and allow it to evolve more, and maybe in the situations which are different from ours. But the main thing is just a moment of this vision of the contact with the soul and the higher self, and vision of what needs to be done next. And that's very much, aligned with the energy of Scorpio, of removing and letting go. Because in order to see the next goal, you need to, with gratitude, to release the goal before. And this Sagittarian energy connects us with the group intuition and with this group ability to precipitate the vision of the next goal, as opposing to the lower mental, which sets the goal, creates the deadline. Sagittarian energy allows us to have this living goal, which we see, and we see the path how to reach it. And we align with this living essence of the process and of the goal itself. So it's very much the journey or the hero that that is his life. This moon astronomically is going to be the highest position. It's going to be, it's called the high moon, and that means we're going to see it. And it's not going to be blocked. It's going to be in the middle of the sky. And to me, that it does align with this understanding of the vision. Nothing blocks the view. Next time we're going to have it in 2042. So let's use this opportunity just to precipitate this energy and to hold that as a way of our group movement, group progress, with the full view of our karmic issues that we need to resolve, transmute, evolve, and with a deep understanding and loving and compassion towards those who are in a different moment of the path and who are dealing with the different issues. So this fiery aspiration, the turning point, the point of oneness, from Gemini to Sag, from duality into one, the goal of our logos, really, bringing us back into this realization of oneness, of one consciousness, and so that would be the most important thing. And we are setting up for many years ahead. We're precipitating that energy, and we really will be connected with it as a new group, as individuals, as humanity, for big segments of 25 years, within the 100-year cycle. So let us work, my brothers. And thank you so much for being with us. It is, at this moment, the greater group, many people who are linked up and maybe meditating with some other groups and just being there. The group heart holds in all of us as one. Thank you. Over.
You, hello everyone, dear friends. Welcome to our circle that we will, as usually, start with lighting a candle, stating where we are calling in from, and voicing the qualities that resonate the most at this time for us with the axis of Sagittarius, Gemini. So I'll start. I'm making a step forward into the beautiful garden described very clear. Thank you. I'm stepping into the garden towards the center with lighting this light for the coming of the greater light into this world. I'm calling from Brussels, Belgium. And Sagittarius, the most resonant quality of Sagittarius for me right now is focus. Is the focus that I believe, or rather, that's how I define focus, that comes from absolute certainty that the Sagittarius is shooting from that place of love that is earned through Gemini, maybe that's the word. In this point, middle point, the Gemini, um, from which Gemini loves. And from that point, the Sagittarius, or rather in that point, Sagittarius stands and listens to love, and that's the focus. That's what shoots the arrow. The intuition, actually, yes. I'm just looking at my notes. Oh, because there was something interesting that happened while I was writing these thoughts. I found somewhere that Gemini is sometimes called the constellation of love, or constellation of the resolution of duality. And while I was writing the resolution, I actually wrote soul ocean. So, offering the way for Sagittarius. The direction of Sagittarius is focus. Stand in love, wide-eyed, and shoot. So I'm calling in Kathy. Please join the circle and share with us.
Aloha, and for me, good morning. uh, this is the build-up for this full moon has been rough for me, and so and yet I have Sagittarius as my rising sign, and so it's glorious for me to be in this energy usually, and is, but it's um, this is probably. I feel that there's so much power. I almost feel like I just, I have this weight and my body is being compressed by the weight of it. It's just so thick and rich and powerful. And it's positive, it's everything, but there's tremendous powerful positive energy. Um, there's such a call for a deep trust of the unknown and the unseen that is not yet felt or seen right now. But I'm lighting this candle. We're supposed to do that, yeah? I don't know. Yeah. Thank you. And this is just a hint of the light that we all carry. And it's always an honor to join with this group and to join with the other groups that Alexander and Katya support so wonderfully, and all of you. So with great gratitude for the immortal light that is shining through our embodiments and is lighting up our gatherings. Thank you. Mahalo.
Would you please pass the baton to the next
Thank you.
person?
Yes, I was in tears from what Katya had said earlier, so I'm a little befuddled. Yeah, Claire, please speak to us.
Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, I too am feeling the muchness of this time and the deep invitation to draw, I don't even know how to articulate this. I think of the word draw and I think of the drawing back of the arrow, and of drawing parallels and of drawing as a creative process. And I am in a process of decluttering and trying to still a very active mind, the sort of swirling energies. And for me, the Sagittarius invitation is to poise and to pause, so as to find that focus that's required for the next step. We were talking yesterday in our group Huga meeting, our coordination group meeting, about the necessity for stillness and presence in this exact given moment, and to stand where we are with gratitude, because the next step will then become clearer. And I'm holding that very much for myself as a sort of point of focus. So I don't have a candle because I'm meeting you from a different space today. I'm in my studio rather than in my cottage where I normally meet you from. But I imagine me, will you, lighting my candle, receiving the light from Kathy, who received the light from Daniela, and passing the light on to Tomasz, as together we settle and we listen and we receive. Tomasz, will you receive the light? Thank you.
Please unmute, Thomas.
Yes, right. Yes. I'm from Czech Republic. Currently, I'm in Italy, close to Napoli. So, buonasera tutti. And I fully agree that I think this, as Claire said, that I think this very precious tension which is here, because I'm basically my son is in is I'm Gemini, which sometimes one can feel that it's a little bit dispersed around the world. And in the meantime, my Jupiter and Neptune are actually in in Sagittarius. So this tension is, I would say, my almost everyday experience, very often one. And I fully agree that I think this calmness and this need that you somehow need to find a way to be calm and to see where you go. And that it's fine, because as naturally as Geminis, you might know, you are a bit kind of dispersed everywhere, where you actually try to find all the possible connections that could be found. So and also there is also a very nice Jewish tradition which says that we Gemini, we did something wrong, so that's why we cannot find unity easily, and we are actually condemned not to find it. However, I believe that still where there is a way, where there is the hope, there is a way. So basically, thanks to Sagittarius, we will, hopefully it's possible to find it in a way. So thank you very much. I'm very sorry I do not have a candle here, but I would like to bring you at least the light, which I'm very grateful to Sagittarius for for also Gemini to help us to go in one direction. And if I could, I would like to pass it to Daniela. Is it possible?
Thank you, but I already it started
Oh,
from
sorry.
me.
Oh, sorry.
So,
You see, this is so I pass it to
Gemini.
Alexander if it's fine for you, Alexander. Sorry, distracted Gemini. You see, that's it. I will try to improve.
So today I'm home. We are finally home after our travels, and in Brooklyn, in New York. And as I was preparing and thinking of the quality of Sagittarius that resonates the most for me, my intuition was wandering around and checked Daniela's notes, because that was exactly the phrase I had, like I got in my mind, this resolution of dualities.
Telepathy, you see?
And it's interesting that, yeah, as I said at the beginning, it's in a way this axis of Sagittarius, Gemini, it's this line, like actually like a tree of life that directs us towards the highest recognizable for us center, as like astronomically, it's like center of the galaxy. But it's that archetypical uh, sense of the higher goal, or that guiding star. Each of us has own that sense and definition of the guiding star. It's our own soul, it's our dream, our vision, but it's that pointing direction that calls us all the time. That's no matter what duality we are in or multiplicity we are in, this we always try to recall that we do have that inner sense of direction. And so for me, it's a symbol. Those two signs is this, from multiplicity of chaos that we supposed to harmonize. It's that direction that helps us to keep ourselves together and everything around us together, in trying to precipitate that sense of harmony and proportion and geometry as we make this world a little bit more beautiful than it was before. So I'm receiving the light coming from Italy, from Tomasz, and I hope my lighter will work. Sometimes it does, yes. And I passed the slides not far from here to Andrea.
Thank you, Alexander. So I'm going to start with gratitude that Claire brought early on, and maybe I'll bring a tree into that. I left the coast of Connecticut about 4.5 hours ago in a car driven by my husband, who I am very grateful for, because in the course of that drive, with me saying, I have to be home by 2, I have to be home by 2, and home is Vermont. And it is the first time I've been back to Vermont in about 5 months, because I've been with too many children and grandchildren and fathers and all over. So I just got home. And in the process of coming home, we started into the mountains of Vermont. And when I say blizzard, it's an understatement. A blizzard of snow. The roads, and we're going up inclines of mountains covered with snow. You can barely see the snow is coming down. And I keep looking at his GPS going, how many more minutes? How many more minutes? I have to be home by 2. So I'm very, very grateful to this wonderful man who got me here to be with this group, because this service group to me is, I know we're not supposed to have favorites, but it's my favorite, because there is so much beauty and joy that happens here. And I love it. So when you speak to how we will go forward in the new year, not too much change. It's so perfect the way it is. And before I light my candle, I just will speak to the silence of Sagittarius, after I haven't been very silent. But there are 10 inches of snow on the ground right now, and all the trees just are buried in snow, and all the plants, and the grass, obviously, it is just white, and it is Vermont, and it is so quiet and still here. And for me, it is that, as Katja spoke to, which I love the idea of, that high moon that is so quiet and still and serves as such an important observer. If we could, as archers, stand on that high moon and look down upon our earth, that perfect silence would give us that opportunity to really aim straight for the goal. So my Sagittarian thought is just to remember the importance of the silence. We receive so much in that silence, and we really work at our best, I think, in that silence. So I'm going to talk about silence. So not only do I come home for the first time in 5 months, but you can only imagine what's in the car that has to come. And a dear, dear friend sent me a birthday present recently. It's my new candle, and it's 3 candles. So it's a triangle. So I am going to try to light this for the first time. And so Claire, you get one of these, and Tomas, you get one of these, and I get one of these because there are 3. And it's whether or not these were not met. So here's one for Claire. Come on. And here's one for Tomas. Come on. And here's one for me if I don't burn my finger. Oh, come on. There, we'll just let it go. So 3 candles trying to light themselves for all of us. And I will pass to Lynn.
Yeah, we don't hear you. Try to unmute again. Yes.
You hear me now? Okay. Hello again to all of you from Columbus, Ohio, in the U.S. It's been quite a busy time here, although, Andrea, we had the snowstorm too, just a little before you, we had 6 inches here, which was exceedingly beautiful. There was no wind, so the snow stuck to all the trees in the ground. It's truly beautiful. And I agree with you, Andrea, about the beauty of our group. It's so uplifting, always to be together. I think this has been a busy time for us, though, too. Luckily, we've been inside a lot because of house repairs that are going to happen. We've been sorting through our life, taking out things that need to be moved for the repairs. I've been looking at pictures and work that I did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and having to let go of that and recycle lots of papers. It took the need for house repairs to get me to do this. So I guess I have to be grateful for that difficulty in a sense. But I agree. I really feel like I'm in alignment with things that everyone said. Those are the things that have been in my mind and my system going forward. Maybe one extra thing is just that I've been told to please step out of the way and let the energy flow. So that's probably the best extra that I can add, although, as I say, I feel everything everyone has been saying. And I have my little candle right here. This has to be an electronic candle because of health issues. So here it is. Wishing you all love and light and joy. Thank you.
Will you
I
please?
need to pass it on to Annetta. Have you gone yet? Okay, I'm going to pass the light on.
Thank you. I'm lighting my candle. So, and for me, Sagittarius is aspiration. And I'm passing the candle over to Bridget. Oh, and I'm from Denmark.
Thank you. Bridget, we welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're now going around the circle, saying our name and where we're connecting from, and offering the most resonant qualities of Sagittarius Gemini, if we have any of those. And then we light a candle and pass the light to the next person in the circle.
Okay, thank you. Well, I think Sagittarius is my rising sign. My sister is a Sagittarius, and a close member of our group here in Toronto is a Sagittarius. And so if it's correct, I think it's to some extent in my experience about detachment, which comes from setting goals and having future thoughts. And I look to my sister for inspiration, for a loving heart that she brings, a lot of horse energy, and a great deal of grace towards every human on the planet. That's the kind of aspirational Sagittarius that I look to. Thank you. I'm sorry I don't have a candle. I had a little trouble getting in. I will pass it on to Andrea if you haven't gone already. Thank you.
I've already gone, but you could pass it to Katya or Marty.
Okay, Katya, over to you. And thank you, everyone. Wonderful to be.
Okay, so to me it is one of many things that weren't mentioned is the two signs that we have this line of Cancer and Capricorn, two gates, right? And in Sagittarius chapter, Tibetan, in the etheric astrology, Tibetan says that there are two signs that are being very important that will show the crisis. Well, will reveal divine intent in man, will mark the points of crisis in his progress, and will carry the man from door to door. This for Leo is the next sign to Cancer, and Sagittarius is the sign which precedes Capricorn. It's a quote from ancient books on the signs. So this moment of moving towards that mount and being prepared to walk up that mountain, in one direction, and so this connection between Sagittarius, this between with silence of the mind, the intuition, the light that comes from the top of the mountain, and this readiness to follow that path because you see it, not because you have an idea, set, the need, whatever, but something within us comes with a vision. The intuition brings the vision, the realization, and that connection carries us forward to Capricorn. So for this standing before the door quality, like being ready, becoming ready to pass through that gate. And so from New York, this light goes. Are you in Texas, Marty? So from New York, it goes to Texas, to you, Marty.
Thank you. I light my candle, and I won't pass yet, but I always have such pulling together of ideas when I meet in group, and I don't meet in many groups anymore. I've really removed myself from all of them, really, except this one, and in the daily vigil. So even though I know I'm not known to many of you, this is the most important group for me too, for all of the reasons that have been stated. The leadership that Alexander brings, and the insight and the illumination. I always take notes, and I draw when I'm in group. It's my creative process. So lots of stuff here in my journal. I so many of the things that you've said have resonated with me. The tree at the very beginning. I live in an oak forest, so I immediately looked out my window at my canopy of oaks, and was thinking how I hope I always live in a forest, even though the leaves drive me crazy in the fall. That I don't have much snowfall here in Texas, but I do have lots of leaf fall, and I've learned to respect and welcome the leaves because they represent the changing of the seasons. They provide what we can leave, because there are way too many to leave on the ground. We have to gather them and dispense with them in some way. But what I'm able to leave provides, over winter housing and food, and the acorns from the trees. They're so ever giving. So, those were some ideas that resonated with me. And lots of words that you said. Recycling. I'm in a point now where I'm really trying to think about everything I have is, do I use it? Do I love it? Or could someone else use it better? Because if I'm not using it, it's sucking energy. It needs to be creating energy. It needs to be given life. It needs to be giving life. Grace, aspiration. Those are all thoughts that I had as you were all speaking so beautifully. And I worked on this closing sort of caption for what I have sort of gotten from this group today. And although I'm not nearly as astrologically learned as all of you, I am trying to learn and trying to see mostly the significance in it. I'm a big picture thinker. I'm a change maker. So the conversation directly fits with who I am, where I am now in my life. And this paragraph, I think, kind of is a capstone for it. Tonight's Gemini supermoon, the last of 2025, brings amplified energy and clarity. It highlights the balance between detail and vision, encouraging us to release outdated ideas and make space for wiser choices ahead. And the only other thing I will say is I have great hope. I really don't like to use the word hope so much because I'd rather use an affirmation, but I feel that I have to use the word hope for this situation. But I have great hopes that the peace talks that are taking place variously in the world will culminate in some true and lasting peace. And so I think, is there one other person that I need to pass to, or have we all spoken?
The circle is complete. Thank you, Marty.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Marty, and thank you, friends. It is our way to weave our connection together. So with the meditation we do, it's a group meditation, and it's much easier to meditate as a group when we're in the same space. But we are in reality of being in different parts of the planet. So by passing this light, we actually create our etheric connection. And so this is our alignment. And so now we're ready for meditation. And I invite us to turn off our videos, and the rest of the meeting we will be off cameras. And as by now you probably know, this meditation, the meditation technique of the presence, is adapted from the book Glamour, the World Problem. And it was adopted by our good friends Steve Nation and Barbara Valacour. And for many years, we've been practicing this meditation in the Life Bridge group. And as I mentioned at the beginning, today we will seek to use our intuition to see the next goal for us as a group and as a wider community. So let us begin. And Claire, if you could bring the mantra to the screen, the mantra of fusion. So let us recognize us sitting under a big tree in a circle. With lighted candles that link together, creating the circle of light. And we affirm our group unity by sounding the mantra of fusion. I am one with my group brothers and sisters, and all that I have is theirs. May the love that is in my soul pour forth to them. May the strength that is in me lift and aid them. May the thoughts which my soul creates reach and encourage them. evoke the stage of tension. This is basic and essential. The tension is brought about by complete control of the personal self, so that it is fitted for contact with the real. Achieve a state of fusion with the soul or with the angel, which guards the approach to the path of the higher evolution. Hold the mind steady in the light of the soul. The point of tension is to be held by the soul and not by an effort of personality. This is the attitude of the lowest self for the entire remaining period of work. Recognize the light of our individual souls blending together in the group soul. Make an effort to sense the presence throughout the universe, not theoretically, but in vibrating response to its existence. See in the light which the angel radiates the point of light behind all phenomenal appearances, the germ or seed of divinity in all forms and in all presentations of truth. As the greater light of the soul becomes focused like a radiant sun, it reveals the stupendous vision of the presence. attempt to ascertain the purpose, seeking expression through form at any particular point in the evolutionary cycle. Identify the triple light of the intuition, formed by blending the light of the personal self, focused in the mind, the light of the soul, focused in the angel, and the universal light which the presence emits. Focusing this triple light of intuition as a group, we precipitate the vision of the next goal for our group and our wider community as it can be recognized at this moment. The vision of the next goal. Preparation for the revelation. Relinquish the highway. Return to the angel, refocusing in the soul. Pause for constructive thinking under the influence of the angel. Turn the mind to the formulation of those forms of thought which must be embodied the revelation. Pause. This is the pause preceding presentation. Presentation of the revelation. The revelation is presented and precipitated into the world of illusion, where it undergoes a fiery ordeal. Some of the fire within that which is revealed wings its way back to the source from whence it came. Some of it serves to destroy the revealer, and some to burn those who recognize the revelation. The revelation succumbs to the prevailing illusion, descends into the world of glamour, and subsequently disappears as a revelation, emerging as a doctrine. But in the meantime, humanity has been helped and led forward. The intuitives continue work, and the inflow of that which is to be revealed never ceases. O thou who gives the sustenance to the universe, from whom all things proceed, to whom all things return, unveil to us the face of the true spiritual sun, hidden by a disk of golden light, that we may know the truth and do our whole work as we journey to thy sacred feet. Not easy to emerge from the silence of group meditation, so we can open our space for sharing now, but we don't have to share. It would be good to hear if you had any specifics, any revelations that you would like to share and offer into the group center.
I was struck by the words in the meditation, which of course we've heard before, but it just seemed particularly pertinent today. Some fire destroys the revealer and burns those who recognize the revelation. Humanity is helped and led forward because the flow of that which is to be revealed never ceases. Unveil to us the face of the true spiritual sun, that we may know the whole truth and do our work as we journey to thy side. Thank you.
I had the word embodiment and the group etheric centers as we embody the Christ impulse, for example, we embody that within the heart center of humanity. And it's embodiment that creates the revelation. It's hard to explain, but something like that. Thank you.
I was impressed with just an impression of standing in spiritual being. And in that, the image of us all standing upon the garden of the earth. And in that the rays of the sun just penetrating all of us, standing in spiritual being.
It was really unusual how the meditation and the fabric of meditation was aligned today with the energy, and how the words that we use became clearer and sounding. And the group field receiving the vision, not yet probably interpreting it, but receiving. Was special. Thank you all.
During the meditation, I had this very strong felt sense of our subtle helpers and of their great love and cherishing and the support that they want to and do make available to us. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. The formulation of the vision, it might take time. And so I ask you if you would have any impressions that you can formulate, please write them and email them to us. And this whole month of Sagittarius, our group will be holding this open meditation, continuous meditation on what is our group service at this time. What are we expected and could contribute into manifestation of the plan and expression of the plan. So any of your insights would be very appreciated.
I apologize for having been late. I was at a couple of other meditations before this. In fact, it was a sort of full day. But as I came into your field, your garden, it was in wide, 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 wide open and full of love and abundance and potential. And it was beautiful. very upbeat and strong. Thank you. Just thank you.
I'm reminded of something I read not long ago in one of the blue books about predicting the future with the Aquarian age coming in. And DK said that much of the change coming would be about people being able to use their abstract minds more and more. That would become a major goal. But also he said there would be some small groups that would be able to use actually tap into intuition in a group way through intuition. Thanks.
One thing that did pop in was unloosen the knots. Didn't say how.
I've just read that forgiveness of others and of ourselves is a great healing tool, and of losing the knots, I hope. Thank you.
And that it seems that forgiveness and love might be the only way to unloosen a knot. I've been thinking about that, and anyway, thanks for that.
Yes, I agree.
I think kindness can also loosen that knot.
One impression, which is still not very formulated for me, is that the closest formulation it can have is that our ritual that we did at the beginning with passing the light of candles. So it's that direction of energy from your heart to other person or other group is an action somewhat along the line of what we exploring at the Nations Lab with the working and meditating on the energy of avatar of synthesis, about directing, purposeful direction. So it is about invoking, receiving what is invoked, and directing it with love from the core of yourself, from the heart.
The Andrea, the kindness, it's, and from what, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to say it, kindness seemed to, and what Alexander said too, is like a human way of expressing deep, sacred God love. It's something, it expresses the same in a more mundane, easy way. I don't know. Thank you.
Someone
This,
say something?
this is such a safe heart space. And so isn't that for each of us, or for me, it is so safe. It's just like being, in a warm hug. And so isn't that a wonderful place for us to, generate more of that, to just pass more of that light along beyond the group and out into the world.
Thank you, Marty. Yes, indeed. Very, very true. Thank you, friends. Let us continue holding the tension of this reception, group receptivity. And it's only a few hours till the exact time of the full moon, less than 3 hours. So let us hold our etheric connection that we established through this time in the garden, and let us stay in the garden till the full moon, and after full moon, the next 2 days of distribution. The garden is a state of group receptivity, and it's a place of our Buddhic reception. Thank you. Over to you, Claire.
Thank you, friends. The two words that came to me during this group sharing were, actually, there were more than two. There was hospitality, there was fertility, that fecund, generative energy, and love and safety. So thank you all for your contributions today. And we'll close off with the affirmation of the will, and then a piece of music that perhaps synthesizes some of our group process today. In the center of the will of God, we stand. Naught shall deflect our will from his. We implement that will by love. We turn towards the field of service. We, the triangle divine, work out that will within the square and serve our fellow men. Oh. And blessings on our way. This piece of music is by Corrine Polwood, who is a Scottish songwriter, and it's titled The Path That Winds Before Us. I might suggest we turn on our cameras so we can see each other and say goodbye.
The path that winds before us is not for us to know. One step and then another is the only place we have to go. The path that winds before us is not for us to see. One breath and then another is all we need. Don't worry, don't hurry, the seed will take its time to grow. Don't worry, don't hurry, prepare the earth and sow. The path that winds before us is not for us to know. One step and then another is the only place we have to go. The path that winds before us is not for us to see. One breath and then another is all we need. Don't worry, don't hurry, sit here and rest your mind. Don't worry, don't hurry, be still and find your feet. Don't worry, don't hurry, the seed will take its time to grow. Don't worry, don't hurry, prepare the earth and sow. The path that winds before us is not for us to know. One step and then another is the only place we have to go. The path that winds before is not for us to see. One breath and then another is all we need.
And of course, each other. Much love. Take care.
Much love.
Much love.
Much love.